I was giving some text message congratulations in advance to Ken about a week out. James Talarico decided that he was going to say the election's rigged against him, but I can't say it better. Let's hear from James Talarico, and then, Ken, you get to respond. Go.
Places to vote in the country. As a result, it's why we see such low voter turnout in our state compared to other states. We're going to have to overcome that. We're going to have to out-organize, outwork, out-hustle that voter suppression.
Paul's head's about to explode.
It is. My head's about to explode.
Suppression on top of those systems, shenanigans being played, intimidation at polling places. And it's why we have assembled a team of lawyers, including some volunteer lawyers, who are keeping a close eye on all of our elections. And if there's funny business, being able to respond quickly to preserve people's sacred God-given rights at the ballot box. But it's something we have to be on guard against. It means we're probably going to have to win by a little more than we would normally have to in a completely free and fair election. But I also don't want people to become defeatists about this. If you look back throughout American history,
Jack, I can't take it anymore. Go ahead and turn it down.
I was going to say,
yeah, right.
We get the idea.
Hey, Ken, he also said that the election is rigged. That was at the end of the tape, but that might take another minute. I mean, my head blew off. I've got it up on, Facebook. I just couldn't stand it any longer.
He'll keep saying that.
I know, but
but he's running against the AG that is fighting, voter fraud.
All right, Ken, what say you?
Well, first of all, Paul, you made some pretty good points about 2024 being our highest election turnout ever, and also noting that most of the voting locations where the population are, if not all of them, are controlled by Democrat election administrators. So it's if there's voter fraud going on, if there's suppression going on, it is by Democrats, not Republicans. So the other thing is, I'd say almost every word out of his mouth is inaccurate. It's not a lie. He knows what he's talking about. He wants non-citizens to be able to vote, which I guess you could say that is suppression. We don't. We do suppress the vote to people that are supposed to vote. So, yes, he's right. We are suppressing the vote to citizens, to residents of Texas. And all we ask that they do is show a photo ID and say, this is who I really am. And that's what he calls voter suppression. That's a pretty sad way to try to win an election, but that's what Democrats do. And he wants to be able to cheat to win this election. And we're saying, no, you got to follow the rules, the same rules we have to follow. You have to follow. You don't get to cheat, James, even though we know that's what you always need to do to win as a Democrat. You have to cheat.
Look, the obvious conclusion is that, I guess he's thinking that he's already lost the way he's acting on that interview. But I want to do a shout out to KTRH and Ethan for doing that interview and so we could get this out, because this was Breitbart was the one that went and found that blogger and put it up, because, Ken, it's not just on elections. I mean, it's preposterous. That means that Tanisha Hudspeth is somehow suppressing voters, Eric, in Harris County, because she's the one that determines the polling place locations in conjunction with both political parties. It's preposterous nonsense.
It's rhetoric.
But Paul, what we know is what he's talking about is he likes the rules in California where non-citizens can vote, where you don't have to validate who's voting because you don't have to show photo ID. And the mail-in ballot scheme is designed to make sure that they can send them out to anybody. We have no idea who's voting. Those are the types of rules that James wants, because guess what? That's a way that he could win Texas if somehow they could have people vote who are not supposed to be voting. That's what he's talking about, and that's what he means by voter suppression. We are stopping his people who are not residents of Texas, who are not citizens of the United States from voting. Yes, that is true.
And Ken, you helped stop then appointed County Clerk Chris Hollins, is now the comptroller of the city, when he decided all on his own, because I called in the cavalry, which was you, he was going to mail out 2.3 million absentee ballot forms. It didn't matter to who, didn't matter if they qualified, didn't matter if they're over 65, didn't matter if they're out of town. He was just going to blanket the universe, and you stopped it. So you're right. Yes, we do stop the Democrats from cheating. Congratulations. I do want to give you a ringy bell for that. Ben, you've got one you want to ask? Okay.
Oh yeah. So hey, Paxman, thanks for joining us. It's
Paxman.
good to have you after the primary and the runoff. It seems like to me, and I see the skirmishing that's going on with some of the ads that have been released. By the way, I thought for the most part the ads during the primary and runoff were lousy by just about everybody, but the ads the skirmishing ads that are going on now between you and Talarico are focusing on a lot of Talarico's prior statements, and I heard him do this kind of large, kind of massive apology about some of the things that he has said. It was some kind of a mea culpa, like, oh yeah, I said that about meat. We really don't like barbecue, and we really do, think there ought to be 6 pronouns. But getting past that,
A lot of binaries.
getting past that, it seems like that economic issues are going to be front and center, and it seems like to me that he's going to be stuck with the Democrat platform, the Democrat Party. So I hope you're going to go after him on that. And what is it you're going to hit him on, as it relates to the economy and economic issues?
Well, first of all, I'm not moving past that stuff because he said a lot of that stuff in committee meetings. He said it as a legislator. He did it in interviews related to his job.
We got him on tape.
Idea that somehow, and he did this running in the Democratic primary because that's what he told his Democratic voters he believed to get elected in the Democratic primary. How convenient now that you're going to back away from many, 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 many things that you said in your official role as a state legislator. Suddenly now, we're not running a vegan campaign. We're not. We don't believe that God is non-binary. Whatever. I don't believe any of it now. It's all designed to confuse the voters about his actual views. We know that Obama did that. Obama wasn't dumb enough to actually say most of that stuff, but this guy apparently is. So as far as the economy, I mean, it's easy.
You want to hear one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead. Play it, Jack. Play it, Jack. Either one.
Okay, all right. And look, while Jack's setting that up, this is an important point that Ken meant. Okay, that he has a record, Eric,
Correct.
And he has said these things. Now, on my Facebook post about this issue, and on Twitter, I just said, bring it on. You're a member of the legislature. Give us your evidence. Where is the vote being suppressed? Why is the vote already rigged against you? And I've got 100,000 views, Ken, of that. And guess how many times Talarico has tried to chime in, or any other elected Democrat official?
Well,
zero,
but
none.
He's also got tax votes and economic votes and budget votes, and he's got a record.
So the point Ken's making, Ben, is very important, right, Ken? Because he's got a record, and now he's running from it.
Absolutely, he's running from it because he knows that those views that he carries, that he loves, that he has proliferated in the legislature, and that he's fought for. He knows those are not views accepted by Texans in general. It's the radical left that accepts his positions, and so he knows that from polling. Oh my gosh, what I believe Texans don't like. I better change it real quick and tell them I don't really believe this stuff. All these statements were just an accident that I did in the committee meeting, an accident that I did on the House floor, an accident that I did in interviews. I had lots of them, but just forget them. He's just getting my cringy comments. Well, guess what? They are cringy comments, but they are your comments.
Now give him one more cringy comment.
Let's play a cringy comment.
Existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption. It's the right thing to do and the moral thing to do.
The 11th commandment.
And then the other one about the campaign.
I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign.
So step aside, Sam Houston.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Okay.
By the way, he just said the opposite on an interview. I just saw him on an interview about 2 days ago where he said, "No, I never said that."
Oh my gosh! Did you hear what he said? He said it was the moral thing to do. In other words, it's not just this is what he believes. It's actually morally wrong to eat meat. He said that, and now he's saying, "Oh no, I didn't mean moral. I don't even believe that."
He said more of.
So if he's eating meat,
what did he say, Eric?
More of.
Doing something morally wrong because he just said it.
Eric, you're trying to say did what?
Yeah, no, I think he said more of. I don't think he said more of.
Well,
yeah,
I'm going to say this.
But Ken, congratulations, by the way. But he's going to be formidable from a Democratic standpoint. He's not a slouch. I mean, in terms of running, would you agree with that, Ken? I mean, it's going to take a full-out campaign on this particular
No,
cycle.
this guy's a master deceiver. I mean, along the lines of President Obama, where remember President Obama, he was much smarter and kept a lot of his views to himself, didn't actually have any accomplishments, and actually Talarico doesn't have many himself. But yeah, he's definitely really good at deceiving people, at misleading them, at changing his words, flip-flopping on issues. So, when you're not confined to your story and what you've done in the past and you manipulate it, you're a dangerous candidate. You're a dangerous person.
Ken, I'm just not so sure that starting out, Eric, is, I'm not sure about this meat thing. I'm a carnivore. I love Texans. Texans my favorite state. I just love them. And this guy is, I don't know what he's doing, but he's bottoming out right away.
He needs to have a press conference at Franklin's Barbecue. That's what he needs to do. I mean, and by the way, Ken, I'm not so sure that's not what he'll do. I mean, I'm being serious about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to paper it over.
So Ken, what do you think? I think we don't have to take you to Taste the Texas. I've already done that. I know what you think about the meat, the cattle industry, and the importance of that in the state of Texas. But we'll give you the last word.
I think it's fascinating that this guy is running away from everything that he's done in the legislature, everything he said. It's like he's trying to reinvent himself for a general election because he knows that his views would make it very difficult, as I said at the beginning, to get elected in California. There's no way if he would just come back out and say, yes, all of these things said, I want to say them again. I believe that God is non-binary. I believe that, a lot of my time is spent thinking about transgender kids. I am against meat. My campaign is not eating meat. I mean, keep on going. If you believe in the oil and gas industry, you're not a Christian. I mean, crazy stuff. Why doesn't he keep saying that stuff? Because he knows that will make him unelectable. So he's running from his record. He's running from his words and saying that I'm capturing clips that don't represent who he really is. Well, these are your words, Mr. Talarico. They don't represent you, then that means you lied to us. Or you're lying now. Which one is it?
Well, I mean, we'll have him on anytime, Eric. And Ken, but I think Eric's point is this. He's going to say that the Democrats don't care because they're so mad they don't care. Rationality doesn't mean anything. Eric, am I taking the words out of your mouth?
That's what I mean.
Right.
It's talk. Yeah, of
right.
course.
And the bottom line is, I mean, the Chronicle decided they would jump into this without even waiting to see how many views he changes of his. They made endorsement yesterday. So the leftist progressive ivory tower has already made an endorsement. So.
Wait. So they've already endorsed him?
Oh, yeah, you didn't know?
What? I'm very...
No, yeah.
I didn't see it either.
No, it came out on the 28th. I think they're running it tomorrow or something, or Sunday. They've already endorsed for Talarico.
Must be on the .com.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Because every race I've won, they've endorsed against me. So thank you.
All right, so every time they've endorsed against you, you've won. So you're batting 1,000 against the Chronicle.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, that's a great way to end the interview, Ken. We're going to have you back on. And how do people, by the way, how do they get a hold of your campaign? And they may even want to send you $1 or $2. So close it out, Ken.
Yeah, if you want to give, go to KenPaxton.com. We're going to need the help. He's already, several months ahead in fundraising. And then, of course, at Ken Paxton TX for Twitter, Instagram, and everything else we have out there on social media.
Hey, Pax, man, we did have an earlier caller that asked, are you going to get the help from the Senate, the National Senate Campaign Committee?
Yeah, funny. I'm on my way to talk to them this week. I'll be flying there Monday. I'll be there Tuesday and Wednesday discussing that very item. And listen, I anticipate that they will help. We'll see what they say.
Uncle Paul can make a prediction here. I think Ken's going to have a lot more friends in D.C. There's going to be a lot of new friends, and they're going to give him, I think, a lot of money because they know that he's going to be huge in Texas and huge in the Senate.
They don't have much choice. Alaska, Ohio, North Carolina, Maine. I mean, where are they?
Yeah,
they need to.
There's 8 in play, and
you got to have their flag somewhere.
Yeah.
So anyway,
they got 8 contested, probably hardcore.
I think it's big money, Ken. Big money coming your way, buddy. Big money. All right. Well,
we'll take it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yes, we will. All right, Ken. That's Ken Paxton. Great interview, great race. Congratulations, and good luck next week. Bring the.
All right, thanks for having me on. You guys have a great
Ken,
weekend.
bring the gold home. I love gold.
No,
There's
let's
a
keep
lot
the
of gold
theme
up
alive.
there for
Bring
you.
the bacon home. Let's
No,
keep
we
the-
want the gold first.
We want the meat. Bring the bacon
He's
home.
talking like a Democrat. Don't listen to him. All right, Ken. Congrats. Have a
Thanks.
great weekend.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot.
All right, bye. All right, folks, get your calls in 281-558-5738, 281-558-KSEV. And Eric's promised some good news for those pound KSEV callers. It's free on Verizon. We'll be back with more of the Three Amigos next here on The Voice of Texas.